Welcome to KHUR Radio Podcast, home of the Fleet DJs and where the real recognize real. Hello and thanks for joining me. I'm Heavy Hustles, and alongside me is my co-host, Mr. Dino For Real. What's good, brother?
What's good with you, man? How you feeling today, bro?
Oh, man, great, man. It's been a good week for KHUR Radio.
You know
what I'm saying? So with that being in mind, we got a lot of stuff that's lining up, bro. So
yeah. We got something a little different tonight. We talking to some young ladies that's doing something a little different than what we normally talk about, right?
Yeah, no doubt. And that's part of it, man. I mean, we expanding our horizon. We're not, just talking to local artists and people even in the music business, as far as that matter. So,
yes, sir.
All right.
So, with that being said, this episode is sponsored by T-Mobile, the Uncarrier, the leader in nationwide 5G. Beck and Master North out of Houston, Texas, where they treat every customer like family. Mysterious Entertainment Music Group, MEMG, the major indie label. And the next MC to blow, ENT, where dreams become a reality. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's KHUR, The Vault, the cure for urban music.
My station. Hit it.
All right, tonight our guests are here to promote their literacy program that features books written by children, by students, as a matter of fact. Please welcome to the show, Christian Ashley. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, ladies. How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing good. Lovely.
Good. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, and I'm real eager to hear about this program. I mean, all the books are written by students. I understand.
That is correct.
Okay.
We have authors as young as 6 years old that have published, and so Words Unite Bookstore is a traveling bookstore. And so when we find these young creatives who like to write, like to draw, most kids don't even know that drawing leads to illustrations. And so we definitely like to, love on all of their skills. And so they've been publishing and we sell their product.
Okay. Well, let's rewind a little bit. How did the idea come about? I mean, how did we get started here with kids and stuff?
Definitely. So I, Ashley Marie Knight, am the owner of Words Unite Bookstore, and my family and I are all authors. So my daughter writes, I write, and my grandma writes. And so we are a family of authors. And as I was, learning the authorship career, I started meeting other authors who had the same kind of issues. How do we sell our books? How do we get our books to expand to different audiences? And how do we get our young creatives to write? And then we also had a gap in the literacy skills of our youth. And so to fill all that in, one of our youngest authors wrote the book club, and it's all about a reading group where you have to read out loud. Now, most of us know we don't like to read out loud because then that exposes all of our. We think we can speak, but we can't speak when they go to reading. Y'all know y'all did not raise your hand to read out loud at all. She started talking about her difficulties reading out loud. And as I continued to hear all these, the struggles and the issues, I just figured out that Words Unite Bookstore could be the solution to help these independent authors, be productive authors.
You said your grandmother, your daughter, everybody writes.
Yes, sir.
Wow. I bet coming home from school with not such a good grade in English was a no-no, huh?
No.
Wow. You couldn't even get past grandma.
They're going to be in that dictionary after that. Yeah, and grandma used to have me in the dictionary on the summer.
So when you say all of your family, you're from a family of writers, like what type of content are these novels that autobiographies? Are there other literacy type books for other people, teaching books or something like that? What type of writing is it that your family comes from?
So most of us are writing children books. So my grandma wrote a children's book, but they all have positive messages. So her book was Don't Give Up. It is a very inspirational book about resiliency and persisting past the different trials when you're trying to accomplish something. And then that's kind of the lane that I went into: positive speaking, positive thinking, a mind at peace. And so all of my books are workbooks that talk about positive living, positive speaking, positive habits. And my daughter is a life coach, pretty much, for the different grades. And so she has become a mentor, and her books are called Kelly Shares the Good News. And she's become a mentor to help the students go through each grade. And then my other daughter writes about how her father and my divorce really hurt her, and how she processed those emotions that she couldn't talk to us about. And so she mentors children who have parents that have separated, and helps them communicate, with the parents and with the family, so that they could have, a better transition after divorce.
So what made you think you could pull off, opening a bookstore, doing something to that scale?
Because somebody told me no, and when someone tell you no, that's when we persist to go beyond the no's. And so I asked around to see how could authors get their books distributed in mainstream bookstores, and I got a lot of no's, and I got a lot of ridiculous answers that don't really profit the authors of today. And so Words Unite Bookstore has become the profit solution for independent authors, because we focus on direct sales to the customers, to the audiences, and then for the authors to have a platform to come on and to showcase their books themselves.
If that don't sound like kind of like my story, you know what I'm saying? I mean, doing radio, after getting told no and not really liking that taste in your mouth, you say, okay, I'll do my own thing.
Right.
And that's kind of where we at right now. I mean, we do what we want to now, and it's much, much more lucrative and rewarding. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to y'all for not taking no for an answer. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what is your role in all of this awesomeness that's going on, all of this positivity? What is your role in this?
My role is I'm really trying to break the mold of kids with this literacy program, and kids not really understanding who they are, what they can do with their life, and what they can become. So when I heard 2 years ago that KISD has a very low literacy rate, and these kids are just being skipped without learning how to read, that just put a little sting in my heart, saying we have to change this. And so I got with Ashley and I said, how can we get these books into these schools? Because these books are for growth, for like she was saying, promotion, how to become yourself. There's books that teaches kids about the different skills in jobs and careers. There's books that talk about bullying. There's books that talk about growth, about how little girl's dad has an odd job that most people wouldn't even think about taking. And these books, when I donated them to Westward Elementary School in December of 2019, the principal was shocked to see so many books written by African-American kids, because he just never heard of that. And somebody coming to the school and donating these books to help with their literacy program. And so my next option was March of this year. I took 320 books to KISD. And again, they were just shocked on all these young students writing these books that could change their peers' lives. So it's really in my heart to start a reading program next year once I get more books donated, and really touch and put a nail into this literacy and make sure that our kids can move to the next level, being confident, knowing how to speak, not being afraid to raise their hand, and knowing what careers. There's more than just being a doctor, being a football player, being a basketball player. There's so many STEM careers and technology careers that our kids don't even know about. So I'm trying to get that information to them.
So I'm sitting here and I'm listening to all of this positivity. I'm listening to all the awesomeness that's going down. But the one thing that's coming to my mind is, how are y'all getting these kids to actually write? And who's doing it? I know it's got to be a little bit of editing in there somewhere. Are you allowing the young authors and to really truly express themselves in the way that they want to?
Yeah, definitely. It's storytelling. They do it every day. These kids come home telling you a story. I know you hear it as a parent. They're always ready to tell a story. And so most of these kids hear about most of the parents hear about what I'm doing, and their kid has a passion to write. And so they get connected with the publishers. And so I have a whole team of publishers that I've vetted, because I've also published and had very bad experiences. And so through my trials and errors, I've been able to get good publishing entities, good editing entities, good illustration entities to help that become a reality for the kids who are trying to write. And then the other authors who have already published, but their parents had no idea what to do with that product. This kind of helps them have a revenue aspect of, yeah, I wrote a book, but how can I profit from it? And so it's twofold when they start seeing, money coming to them. And then two, they actually produce those stories that they were just naturally telling a story, but you just got to curate the gift.
Right.
Y'all have audiobooks available also?
So we did start that, and I want to say I have been working with Chris for 3 years now, and Chris is a beast. Chris is a amazing communicator for fundraising and to spearhead projects, and so she was a great asset to bringing all of that, getting the books to the kids in the business and in the literacy program. Because Books for a Cause was just, hey guys, while you're here at my store, donate some books, donate some dollars so that I can give. I have families who came that have 5 kids, but they can only buy 1 book. And all 5 of them are arguing about that 1 book. And I hated to see them walk away. And so I said, hey, every customer, can you donate your change or donate something so that way that next family that comes, I can probably give every kid a book and donate it. And so Chris has helped me to expand my reach with this literacy program. But yes, we do have audiobooks. And so some of the authors have agreed to change their books over to audiobooks. And my audiobooks section is live on my website. My grandma's book no longer can be printed because she don't want me to print anymore. But I made it an audio book so I could save the legacy, So I sold, I was a blessing to sell all of her copies that she's had for years, So one, I showed her how distributing books in the 20th century look, because she published her book in 1987. And it's been a generational increase for this empire.
Is there a reason why grandmother don't want no more books printed? I mean,
so it's just too much. The industry is different now, and that's like giving an 80-year-old a cell phone, an iPhone, and they trying to figure all of that out. The whole aspects of figuring out the transition into uploading it and producing it the different way, and then me making a different hard copy, it would have had to transition the book a little bit, and she didn't want to change the whole concept. But she allowed me to make it an audiobook so we can continue to keep that legacy.
Makes sense to me. With shouts out to grandma. Another question, do you offer any help with writers, young writers, like just anybody that's interested in maybe starting to write? How do one go about getting started,
2 of my publishing companies do writing workshops. And so if they connect with us, when they connect with us, I get them in the avenue that best fits what they produce. And so those 2 publishing companies do children book publishing, and they do writing workshops to kind of figure out what kind of storyline the kid's going to write and then help them throughout that process. So yes, we don't just throw them in there if they want to do it, especially if they're drawing all over your house. If you have little artists who are drawing on everything, they can illustrate something. And so we definitely want to do those workshops so we can use everything they create during that workshop and produce a book with it.
That's the corporate answer that I would expect. So let's take it a little further. All right, Heavy Hustle's seasoned person, I'm not going to give no age, but a seasoned person, decides he wants to write a book about himself and his story, and he has no idea. I mean, I know it probably sounds simple. Hey, just start writing, but, how far do we go back? Do y'all coach like that? I mean, like a really hands-on with people?
Yeah, so that goes into the day-to-day. What's your concept? What do you want to tell? What's your purpose behind it? Who are you and who are you trying to reach? Those are the kind of questions I would talk to that person about, just so we can map out the template of what the book would look like for them, especially if it's their story. Everyone has a story. I believe everyone can write a book because those stories can reach the people who think they're alone in that same situation. So it's kind of a journaling technique that we use. And so it's every day answering these specific questions of who you're trying to reach, who are you speaking to, what does that story do for the reader? How does it release, like what is the release for you? Is this something you're going to leave for your legacy? Is this a story that can break chains, barriers, concepts, help somebody get into a field they've never been in? It's just all those different questions. So you get to break down different questions, and it's called journaling templates or concepts.
Hey, and I was when she first started off, I'm like, that sounds a lot like music. You know what I'm saying? Like writing a song, like or putting an album together.
Right.
That's my background is in the music industry. And so as you were outlining that, I'm like, that sounds very kind of similar to when you're trying to start to put a project or EP or LP together.
Yeah, it's harmonizing in the book world. It's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Wow.
So Miss Chris, you've been over there kind of quiet today. So what do you have? What do you guys have coming up in the near future?
For March of 2022, I'm trying to get 2,000 books donated in March of 2022. So I'm trying to get as many sponsors as I can. If I can go over 2,000 books, I'm going to blow the school district mind. So if I show up with 2,000 or plus books, KST doesn't have a choice but to get on board and write me a check for 2023. That's what I'm hearing.
Right.
Show up and then they'll change their mind.
So if we have anybody that's watching this broadcast or going to listen, watch it on our TV station, and they want to donate, they want to help out and support what you guys are doing, how would they do that? How would they get in touch with you guys?
So they definitely can donate with that website down there below, wordsunitebookstore.com, www.wordsunitebookstore.com. There is a whole tab that says Books for a Cause. And in that tab, it gives you different categories of where you can donate and how you can donate. And so if you go to the website, you can make your donation specifically to the Books for a Cause section, and that'll go through Chris, and Chris will disseminate that through the schools that she's connected with, as well as those families that I see at the store who need extra reading material or cannot afford additional reading material, because books are expensive. We do know that as well. And so go to wordsunitebookstore.com, as well as our email, info@wordsunitebookstore.com. Contact me specifically. We have sponsorship options. If you didn't know, there's a Books on Wheels mobile that I travel in. Yeah. And so if they sponsor, and that's the 500 and up sponsorship levels, then you can get your logo put on the truck. I travel all across the United States. People see that truck and honk at that truck, and they love it. They love the truck. And so it's an opportunity for you to get vehicle advertising, and as well as other areas that we do the backpack giveaway. Like, it's other areas where you can get sponsorship vigilance.
Sound like you guys are very, very busy. So again, we thank you for coming, sharing your information with us. We definitely got to get up and link up, and maybe we can come out and provide some music for you guys on one of your events or something.
Yes,
because you know we do that service.
I do.
So anything else that you guys want to leave us with? Something that we didn't touch on or we didn't think to ask?
Thank you. We want to say thank you,
Dino, for giving us invite for me to let other people know out there in the universe what we're doing, and hopefully we'll get those sponsors, and like she said, can get advertised. And when she's traveling with that band all over the different bases and the different PXs, people will be able to see those different businesses and know they're helping to help a kid turn their life around and put a smile on their face.
Right.
Wow.
And words have the power to unite us all. That's what we say all the time. Everyone needs to remember that, even adults. Words have the power to unite us all. And if y'all really, really focus on that concept of the good and the bad, these kids can really be a great, great asset towards our future.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel enlightened now. Like
yes. I mean, very positive,
responsibility.
Bro. Yeah. Yes. A lot of positivity. I love the energy. I love especially in this world with so much negativity.
Right. So much.
Yeah, I love the positive energy. I love what you guys are doing. 2 females leading the way. For me personally, as for a father, you know what I'm saying? To have my daughter be able to see something like this, you know what I'm saying? It's good for me. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud you on it. You guys keep it moving, keep it going, and KHUR Radio is here to support you.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, you ladies have a blessed evening.
Same to you guys.
Same to
All
you.
right.
All right, thank you.
I kind of feel like what you just said. You was like, you feel like you got a new responsibility now, huh?
Yeah, man. Something that, that we take for granted, you know what I'm saying? I know when I was going to school and the education level that I got and I received, I mean, I'm not blaming anybody or nothing, but I never really had anyone pushing me to be the best. Right. I was that kid that was, as long as I was passing and as long as I'm above 70, well, it wasn't nobody saying too much, but no one challenged me. You know what I'm saying? Now, funny, that same kid is the guy that's on the radio now that has to talk in front of people, that has to read and do all those things that I was scared to death of. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now, that's my job.
So imagine where you could be if you would have had the support. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
The support and somebody challenging you to say, hey, find another way to say exactly what you just said. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
don't use the same words all the time. Oh, you coming in here with a C+? I know you can do better than that because
you showed us you passed.
You showed us,
so,
you showed us you passed. So if you can come in with a C, you can come in with a B. And if you can come with a B, you can come with an A. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it wasn't really until later in life that I realized that, something? The only difference in me and that guy over there is either he had someone pushing him or he figured out how to push himself to be better than just normal or be average. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. C.T. Fletcher got a saying about being average that I can't use on the radio, explicitive average, you know what I'm saying? Basically, forget average. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can be average. Yeah. I want to be great. So
yeah, that's definitely what we have to instill in the children, man, because I mean, they are the future. So we always want them. We want better for them than what we had. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta kind of push that agenda.
Yeah, because you think about it. I mean, you say the LI future, boy. In certain cases, you look at that and you be like, "Oh man, we doomed."
Yeah, we hurting. We hurting.
We hurting. So we don't do something to change the narrative, brother. We're gonna be out there. So,
all right, well. That's going to do it for today, y'all. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms at KHUR Radio. Please hit us up on our website at www.khurradio.com. If you're looking to get yourself an interview, promotional packages, or a sponsorship with KHUR Radio, you can find all of the information on our official website. And don't forget to download our mobile app to your Android and Google device. Well, until next time, holla at your boy.
It's KHUR, The Vault, the cure for urban music.
My station. Hit it.